everybody's okay, and nobody is shy, trying to stress a little bit. Because I'm not an expert in marketing, but as a director of the company, it's my responsibility to try to ascertain a certain understanding about things, how we should move forward, come together. Since you lead the company, I'm the only one who has to try to bring everything together to understand how the company works, what you need, what expected from you guys, right? So there's no examinations, no tests afterward. But I'm seeing the guy is stressing already. So there's no such thing. So without further ado, I don't want to waste your time. We've been waiting here for 45 minutes already. So you know, allow me to cheat a little bit because but I'm not going to use it most of the time. So so it's a marketing workshop for Global Express, the company. So as you last week you were for your interviews, and then I noticed that you guys are having weaknesses when it comes to marketing. I understand we're not expecting you to be an expert, but together we're trying to hope to something special to enable the company to move forward. So our beautiful lady over there, you're gonna press this slide, move forward. Okay, he's welcome, bienvenue to those one who speaks English, those one like myself who understand a bit of Spanish and French. This is bienvenue and bienvenido, and lastly, not the least, we have karibu. This is Swahili. I think you speak Swahili over here? No, you do speak Swahili. So yeah, that's welcoming. We're helping me in the session. Now we're getting into real stuff. So no panic, fasten your belt, moving on. We're taking off. Go to the next slide, Jab. So here's practically defining concepts. Since you guys will be heading to the jungle of marketing, is dealing with people, questions about the product you'll be selling, so it's our full responsibility trying to let you know, understand the concept, what your products, what services. So most of the people kind of confuse their products. They think the product is something that you see. You know, the service is not a product. You know, so we're trying to explain proper the definition of our terms, and we have marketing, marketing segmentation. Anyone knows heard of segmentations? Is it your first time? First time the word segmentation? Okay, we're gonna break it down as we go, and we have target markets, and we have questions. That's where I use comparison to each and every you have to be able to assign to me at least one question, so that you can make sure you comprehend what we just discussed. And then we have a conclusion. Conclusion basically, I'll define it in my own way. I'll tell you what I told you, and I'll make sure if you didn't understand what I told you, and I'm expecting you to tell me what I told you, and expect you to tell me if you didn't understand what I told you. So kind of those things. So you move forward. And we start with the product. Product and or services. The reason why I put and or services, because practically it's the same thing. The product is a service, and the service is a product. The difference between the two is based on tangibility. So the product is something that you can touch, and the service is something that you don't touch, but you make use of to address your needs, the business needs and personal needs. So in our case, experiments, we don't sell anything, we don't pick and pay, we don't shop right or micro game. So we on the service side, but definitely the same thing. That's why I put a ready to use definition. So I'm not giving you encyclopedic definition on the Google, all those scholar definitions. I'm giving you a definition who enable you to be able to defend yourself. You know, like I'm telling you a story, you tell. When I tell you to read something, you have to cram. But when I tell you a story, you don't cram, it stays in. Because you understand that. They're using a proper terminology. Good. And we go to ready to know your product. Here we talk about how to be able to be successful in what you do in terms of marketing. First of all, you have to understand the product. You have to know what you're selling. You know what you're selling, and we move on to the second down. To the ready to describe. So here, as you can see, it's a what A, B, C, A, B, should we see after the typing over. We have a value, I put most importantly, all those three to ready to describe. So first thing in the product, like I said, you have to know your product. Same thing. So the selling things that looks very simple, but people are trying to academicize things because you can't talk to me if you don't know me. So you don't go out with me if you don't know me. Same thing goes in the marketing. So first of all, you have to know the product. And then once you know the product, and then you'll be able to speak about the product, advertise about the product, and make use of the product. So if you never drive a plane, it's a good product. It helps, it facilitates, it takes you to A to B. But since you don't know how to use it, and then automatically you can't make use of it. So first thing, you have to know your product, and then you have to name it. The first thing or gift was given to all of us before we were born. It's after we have been born. It's the name. So you have to give you a name, and the name must be descriptive. You can't just name because you have naming, but the name must carry a certain rules of understanding, attractiveness, and also to make people understand what you're selling. So, and we have the language. Where I'm saying language. The product like itself, that I'm selling this book. The book doesn't have a language. I have to assign the language to the book. So it goes the same way. So the product you name, it is a book. And then secondly, you have to sign the language. Because how the book can communicate? You have to communicate on behalf of the book. So you give it a language that we see highest quality, effectiveness of a product, kings of so and so, unbeatable, like say games, unbeatable price, F&B, how can you help you? So F&B itself, it's a product, but you have to assign it a name. So to attract all those things to add values. Present, let me go to present. The product must always be there. So you have to make sure to use the product to be consistent. So the most of the problems, the challenges that you have when it comes for marketing products, it's about consistency of the product. So you have to make sure the presence, you have to be there the product, you have to familiarize yourself with the product, you have to dictate your product. And then definitely the last one, the most important thing, is in the whole business, in the whole fighting for the value. The value, that's what drives the business. When there's no value, there's nothing. So, as you can see, I highlighted it in red, saying that it requires an intuitive and holistic approach. What do I mean? So intuition, do you know what intuition is? Intuition is something that is not something that is defined or predefined. It's something that it comes, like they say, it comes out of nowhere. So it's holistic. It's something that you can control. It's something. We can call it inspiration. Those people are reading books, they tell you, reading the Bible, they tell you inspiration or something divine. But yeah, we're not talking about those. We're talking about in terms of product and marketing. So for to add value to your product, you need something. It requires an intuitive, holistic approach. For instance, why Pick n Pay is doing good? Why somebody not doing good? Why are they doing good? Why are they not doing good? It depends on the value. It depends on the value, the efforts, effectiveness, efficiency, any kind of good sounding you can put on in order to drive the product forward. You can move to the next slide. Here are the big things, marketing. So always see, I mean now it's pejoratively speaking, people in the city, they're doing marketing. But like I told one of the girls, the more often word we say each and every day, sometimes it's difficult to explain. Do you know that yes or no? But can you explain it? That's what happens. So the usability of a word, of a noun, of a word, it makes it impossible to define because you become that word. So you don't have the idea to express it because you don't feel, you still you know it, but remember one thing, knowing is not about you keeping it quiet. Knowing is about explaining and making use of what you know when it is necessary. So this was a definition that I collected on one of the books I was reading last night. So promoting, selling products and services that includes market research. So we'll be focusing on market research. So okay, let's tell you this product. Okay, you tell this product, you sell this product. Now the question is how you're going to sell it. So that's what this will come when we're more emphasizing on the market research tools, And also part of scanning your scanning environment, that's too deep for you, so I'm not gonna waste more time going there. Advertising, I think everybody understand advertising. You talk about what you're selling, but the first thing you have to be able to understand what you're selling. So if you scroll back, that's all about naming it, and knowing what you're selling, understanding the product, and so forth. So that's my personal standpoint. That was created by myself. So from defining the marketing as I said, different from many, which means different from other definitions and so on. Like, so this one, it's Exodus. I think everybody knows what Exodus means. You go in immigration, movement, and etc. So according to me, I define marketing. It's exodus or migration, immigration of a concept to a customer. Simple as that. So you're doing marketing because you want your concept to move, to reach your prospective clients or customers. So I think that was the most simplistic, elementary definition that we can use. Because that one, like I said, I don't want to use bombastic and encyclopedic terminologies because they're confused. Because I know you do HR, others do IT, so that's going to be a very new venture to your lexical pipeline. So here, there's a picture that shows marketing management. So all these come together to the main thing, which is marketing. So the marketing is strategy, research. People are spending billions and billions and billions and billions. Companies spend billions. Coca-Cola, when it's really young, they should do the marketing video, they're shooting adverts. Why? People can ask why. Very important. I can give you one example. Remember when we came, it was firstly invented in the country, Pick and Pay shop for all those who are selling goods and services. You know, you go to Pick and Pay, just selling all the retail stuff. But today we shop Pick and Pay doing pharmacy, people get doing appliances, people get doing clothing, because they understand that the competitor is too high. So there's Spar, there's Checkers, there's Somalian, all sorts of things. So yeah. So while the products reached in the product life cycle, because you have to remember, in the product life cycle we have an embryonic stage, development stage, growth, maturity, and decline. So to avoid those reaching the top, so you have to recreate yourself. The proper term is re-engineer. So you re-engineer yourself. You keep the same name like you check your closet, okay, everything you have to see somebody, or even put a meeting, or go to church, or see your lovers. Why not? And then nice in all other clothes. What you do, you have to re-engineer. So which means you don't change the person, or you're changing the cover. And you look different. That's what they're doing. They don't change anything. That's the cover. They make you look different. So that's the whole thing about it. So there's so many other introductions. Another way, it's an introduction. Marketing is introducing the business to the world. Yeah, you're creating marketing awareness. People understand what you do. Yeah, we can move on. Let's move on. So here we have, like I said previously, defining marketing, selling, promoting goods. That includes advertising analysis, and I mentioned something, markets. If I'm not mistaken, I mentioned about market research something. Then we can just scroll back. Yeah. Here on defining marketing, I said promoting, selling products, and blah blah, so on and so forth. I emphasize on this word, market research. I say I'll explain as we go on. So we move on. Nope, we have to scroll back. So we're getting twisted here. Okay. Market segmentation. So it's market research is part of market segmentation. So I explain segmentation. How do you understand that? How do you explain segmentation? Simple word? Anyone? Segmentation. Segmentation?
I think that's just...
Lovely. Which one?
Just split into...
Lovely. Segmentation, partitioning. It's another word, partitioning. So why is the market segmentation so important in the marketing? I'll try to give an example. They're telling you, hey, Mr. Susanna, go see your friend X in Mowbray. I mean, the next question would be, where in Mowbray? Where in Mowbray? Or if you don't need an address, give me his number. So you need something to lead you where you want to be. That's the importance of market segmentation. So you have the product, you sell this product with so and so product, X product, but you have to reach the world. How are you going to reach the world? You can't just go to each and every anybody. I know this, I'm selling this, I'm doing this, can you do this? It doesn't work like that. So you have this tool, market segmentation. It allows you to divide, to break your customer. You split the customer into pieces to give you more time, to more understanding, and expertise to know which kind of consumers or customers needs what and so on and so. So it gives you, it's a kind of the proper term they use in marketing. It's kind of when you open something, it's you open that what you use to see something bigger. Is that not really a microscope? It's something you use. Yeah, microscope. Yeah, microscope used to see something bigger. You have to preview. So they call it a preview. So yeah, that's what I say there. What's the rules in the process? So you understand. As you can see, this example here, the bunch of people you're sending in, and then you dividing them. That's segmentation. Those are my clients who want to visit and stuff. So I've been told those want to do company research and those want to do so and so. So they were in the group, but they can't be in the group because it's not helping you a lot because you need to set time, you need to schedule, all sorts of things. So to be able to do it in proper and effective and efficient manner, you have to split. Segmentation. Are you understanding the terminology? Yes. Segmentation. Okay, it allows you to have the liberty, freedom over your prospective consumers or customers. So, and yeah, like I said, I use those keywords, maps, GPS, remote, so all those things allows you to be where you want to be. The GPS, you put the GPS, your address, you've never been there, so it takes you there. That's the aim of segmentation. So GPS, remote, what you achieve in the change channel, you change channels. So that's segmentation. So you're splitting according to your need. Yeah. According to your need. I think we should move on to target. So what's target? I think the target, simplistically, I say where I want to be. My where I want to be. That's the target. My where I want to be. That's the target. So where you want to be. You want to work for Global. So that's the target. So now that's what's. Now the hows. How I'll be able to meet up where I want to be. That's a very it's complex questions that most of the people fail to understand into the line. Because what I noticed throughout my entire professional lifespan, people they like to be dictate things. People want to. People they don't wanna. They're basically they have to give them what to think. So they want to present them what to think. So you have to think of so and so and so. Okay, market segmentation. Okay, it's fitting. But now I'll be working with more people that have the ability to know how to think. Because I'll give you something like this, but I'm not going to be out there to do those things. So this is the what to think. So I'm expecting you to do the how to think. The how to think comes within, based on what you learned, what you studied, what you understood, and then you implemented it. And by applying a holistic approach, intuitive. That's what I'm expecting from you. So I'm not going to be the same. Market segmentation, how many are you 10? I'm splitting you. This segmentation, it doesn't work like that. You do it systematically. So solo, I say solo. I'll be solo because I'm just explaining the target market. Well, I'm just explaining what the target is a simple noun or word, whatever you call it. So where I want to be, that you can see the picture of the target. So some of you reach the target, some of you fall, and all those things. But when you fall, but the good thing is you have to know how to stand and back up yourself to move forward. So that's the targets. Everybody knows the targets. And then we got the key factors. Key factors, I don't know why the factor repeating itself. I don't know, maybe it's something on the PC. The key factor you understand about the targets, about if you understand, it's the same very thing. Same very thing that you're repeating into different forms. Like the same thing you do, you wake up in the morning, you shower, you have to shower, you have to take a breakfast, and then you go out. It's part of segmentation. It's part of segmentation. So you cannot do the same thing at the same time. No, it can't happen. During summer, you look silly, illusion. So it's part of, so marketing is it's a life. It's part of our life. So everything you do in life, it's part of marketing. Everything you do in life is part of marketing. You plan, you have to come over here, you meet me. It's part of target marketing. But which step? The next step. So de facto, you have to learn your product. You understand. Once you understand the product, then you have to speak loud. The world, you should know your product. So that was part of how to be able to understand the target marketing, which is the next step. Then you go to target marketing. Yes, just give you a preview to understand what the target. It might be an unusual way to sound, but I felt like I have to make sure that everybody understands the target marketing. So here we have the target marketing. So we say the target, it's where I want to be. So now we go to target marketing. And I say it's a perfectionist tools. That's where I use evolution. Everybody knows about evolutions. So it might be other places in marketing, but I know the reason why I use it. So evolution, well, what I meant about evolution, I meant about this, the market segmentation. The target market is a continuity. It's an involvement of markets, target marketing. So after you do you split up. You split the clients, you split. Now what comes next? Target marketing. That's where you monitor your clients, you plan, you control. I'm going to call it the missing extension of the market segmentation. So here you got your clients, and you know now who's going to buy, who's not going to buy, who's going to be the clients. You go to the target marketing now, reach them, tell them about the product. But one thing I forgot, that's keep my mind on scam now. You think about market segmentations. So to be able to sell a product, you must target, not individuals, but groups, churches, community, companies, all sorts of things to make your the logic, your explanation about what you're doing be faster, and then it's reaching masses. That's the reason to everybody using Facebook, because just you promote on Facebook and it's reaching everybody. So doing one-on-one marketing, it's good, but you're not taking time. So you're not going to reach your target. Remember, the business is about reaching target and then bring value to the business. So, but you can move on to the next step, yeah? And sales, that's what I'm expecting. Sales. Money. Money. We need money. The company is alive. I always say business is a life that you have to preserve. Business is life. It's like you wake up in the morning, you have to eat. When you're young, you're doing cereals. Today, you're not getting cereal no more. It doesn't mean cereal will kill you. No, no longer compatible because you grow up. You have to change the diet. Same thing as a business. So we need the sales. So now in sales, we need consistency. Sales. When sales is consistent, the business is growing. It's adding value. So everybody's happy, the boss is happy, the company is happy, you're happy. Bonuses, all sorts of things you can think of to make you happy. But now I said, brackets, I open the bracket, close the bracket, say, I don't know. So the I don't know, it's a macro environment. That's challenging. The macro environment, remember we have two environments in the business. You have the micro environment, you mean internal, and the macro. So everything is macro, which means it's big. So the macro environment is outside the world, that which you cannot control. Whether shooting, killing, all sorts of things is part of the macro environment. It can affect the business in different ways. So those are the macro environments, that challenges, and you find that. So here I want to try to say you have to be able to understand first the market. So where you're going to sell the products, what kind of people over there. So you do those, like I said initially, scanning the environment. So you scan. Why do you scan? You scan something to be able to do what you're going to do in the print. So the same logic goes everywhere. So you scan the environment. And here if I go, I'll do good. Here if I go, I don't do good. So you have to take also, don't need to waste your energy and time and stuff. So Jabu, we move the last, I think should be the last one. Hey, everybody knows this guy. Feed me more. So here you have feed me more. So questions. You have some questions. You have to feed me some questions, and then I give you some answers, and then we move on. Questions starting by you. Any questions?
Yes, I repeat.
Sorry.
I repeat. Give me just wait.
Questions? Well, that questions?
Yeah, I have a question. As you, for the last page, you been explaining the target of marketing.
Yeah.
Then I didn't get nice in the explanation of monitoring what exactly.
Okay.
It's
Mumsor, can you go back? Target marketing and we show here, yes, target marketing. Let's go back. Go back again. Back again. Yeah, here talk about market segmentation. So what's in the what process? So I said the market segmentation is the action of splitting your clients. Splitting your clients, know the needs, and to be able to level you to give you power over what you don't want. Which clients, all those clients, you know, I want to know visa. So those ones, some of the things that you're clocking in. So you're mapping up. So you're mapping up your clients. Those who do visas, those who do company registration, those who want to do something else. So the segmentation gives you an idea of what type of clients are you going to be dealing with and what type of product you'll be selling to those clients. So you can't take any product and reach everybody at the same time. Like I told you, you can't wake up in the morning and eat and bath at the same place. No. You need to segment your activity. So it's kind of breaking up activity. That's why you launch, you break, to break up activity. Also the thing. So it's part of, you have to listen, don't consider marketing as you. Don't take it as something is outside of you. It's part of you. You are a market, you are a product that you have to preserve. That's why you bath, you shower, you do all sort of things. You're here, you come, you want to improve your product, your inside products, to be able to get from your product. Your product. We all products. So I think let's read to the monitoring parts. Here, I say the missing extensions. After the market has been segmented, you got your clients divided, speed up. And then the target marketing now, it's a tool, marketing tools in leverage to know to monitoring your clients. So I got those people that dealing with business. Okay. I will see you so and so day. I got those ones who do so and so. I got those ones do so and so. So it's a preview. It's giving you an understanding of what's going to happen and which client will be able to satisfy to meet your needs. That's what we call the target. We segment, and then we go target marketing, which means you already know you got your target. Are you with me? You got your target. So now I want to reach my target. Then you use those, you monitor it. Monitoring your clients. Hey, how are you doing? Man, you spoke the last time, you told me to call you. Are you still taking your time? Also the things is part of monitoring. Remember, the client is always a baby, so you have to make it feel like a baby. Pumping. And the planning, you're planning time. When can we meet? All sort of things. Always use those connotations. You elevate clients. You make me feel king. All sort of things. Yeah. As a human being, we like to be elevate those words. The great man, philosopher in Greek, and he says something like that. So if you're controlling human mind, give him titles. That's it. Just give him titles. That's it. And then defend you. He likes you because you give him titles. So and controlling, you controlling your products. Yeah, if you have 10 products and then you have 15 clients willing to buy 10 products, so you're not going to tell them we're running out of product. No, that's not a good feedback to the clients. You control them. We have products. We're waiting for the dispatch to reach you. You're buying time. Controlling means buying time. All sort of things. So all those tools you use it according to the situation that you're facing. Do you understand now?
yes, I do.
So evaluation, yeah, we passed that. Can you move on? Sales, we talked about sales already. Any questions?
So you mentioned about value.
Yes, ma'am.
So and you made an example of Pick n Pay, Shoprite, saying that why they are successful.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is how the value impact on those organizations?
Okay.
How that make the business be more successful in case of
The value. Yeah, the value, it's you. Let me, Why in the classroom others are doing good, others not doing good? It's all about the value. The value is something that you assign to what you're doing. For instance, Pick and Pay, okay, let's say, okay, we have Pick and Pay and ShopRite. So what can we come up with to steal more clients? What ShopRite don't offer that we can offer? Value. So the value, don't look at the value as a numerical explanation. No. A value is something you do, it's part of decision making which inevitably begins to grow, to have more clientele. So we have ShopRite, you have Pick and Pay, you have Woolworth. So Woolworth has value because the process, the value chain are all things that are said, the way that they process all those things, the way they do all those things, and the services they use, all sorts of things. Why Kulula is cheaper than SAA? All sorts of things. Service, customer service. So all those things you have to understand. First of all, if you're going to do great, you have to understand your client, your competitors. What game is doing, what that one is doing, so what can we do? The difference might be something small, very small. Like game, unbeatable price. They tell you if you get something by 5 rand in macro, you find it 6 rand in game, you bring, they give you 1 rand back. Unbeatable price. But imagine who would do that things? How many people do that? You go to the store, find, okay, I have to go back to game and check the price. No, that we call it scheming. It was a scheming tactic. You're scheming. You're playing with because as a human being, you like to hear good stuff. Not about good stuff, but you don't have time. Like a Black Friday. That make you know Black Friday. It's part of the value. They want to increase the sales. But tactically, they're not making any loss. We realize those things that kept it many for last year. The people didn't buy, and they bring it back on the Black Friday. That's what happened. So strategy, it's part of strategy. Value, strategy, consistency, and so forth. I don't know if you know about this one slogan I always saw on the TV, prudential. Consistency is the only currency that matters. Consistency. It's the only currency that matters. You can move on. Question?
On what the target is based on?
The target.
Yeah.
What do you mean target is based on?
Because, let me give an example.
Yeah.
When someone wants to do a business,
Yes.
he can say, okay, I want to reach maybe 1 million.
Yeah.
It's the target that he has.
Yeah.
But he's supposed to offer some services or
Definitely.
products.
Yeah.
But maybe he won't care about the product or the quality of the product. But if you improve the product, it can be also your target that I want to improve my product, and then the money that you want, it will be like, it will come by itself.
No, that's impossible. That you might be having you're expecting a miracle. You cannot have 100 without going by 10, by 1. So if you have a target of becoming a millionaire, based on the product, it's cannot work. Because first you need to have objectives. And the first thing, that's a vision. I want to reach, I want to have 1 million something. That's your vision that you're having, which translated to a goal. I want to have 1 million. But how? Like the how. They can explain about the how. What's in the how? How are you going to have 1 million? So you set up goal objectives. So by expecting all those objectives and meeting those objectives will drive you to reach your goal. So for instance, you want to come out, be in town to attend the sessions. That's the goal.
Okay. So there is a difference between goal and target.
Yeah, definitely different. A goal, a target, it's where you want to be. But it depends on which context they're using it. Because, for instance, when they say, I want to reach the town, that's your goal, is only target. When a target is something you are reaching it, you have to give you some dividends. You know what the dividend is?
Yeah.
I want to, tomorrow you have exam, my target is to pass exam. After passing exam, you've been graduated. So there's a remuneration after reaching the target.
Okay.
Sense?
Yeah.
So my goal, I want to be in, I mean, those two ways might sound correlated. But there's a correlation between the two. Like your goal when you wake up in the morning, okay, I have to be the town. Okay, so you can call it my target. You can call it my goal. I want to be in town. But now, how am I going to be in town? First, I need to have trust somebody. I have to wake up early. I have to make sure that I put on what I like, makes me feel more comfortable. So all those things are set up. It's a set of information that translates your objectives. So if you didn't work on time, if you didn't have money, you can't be in town. Comprende?
I just want to add what you said that about target and goal or vision. Like target, for me, it's like it depends on which context that you are using. Can be like they can be similar ways, but it depends on the context that you are using.
But it's similar words are not the same. It's never be the same because when I say our target is to sell 5 tickets, that's the target. But our vision is we have Vision X Global Express only in Cape Town. So the vision is to have 5 in Western Cape. That's the vision. And there's also a mission, remember? There's also a mission, remember? Yeah?
So, like in the marketing, so when we say about target, it's more about people.
No.
No.
Target is nothing to do with people. Target is about, for instance, you have a product, you want this product to reach 100 people in 5 days. It's a time limitation. So you make sure in 5 days you reach 100 people should embrace the product. Time limitation. In target should be time limitation. So in any project, there should be time limitation. But the time limitation enables you to see how far are you going with whatever thing you have as a product. Any 35? Just move on. Conclusion, like I said, it's a part of conclusion. Ask me questions. I'm just repeating what I told you, what I said, and reminding you at the same time how I said it. And now you should be able to say it the way I do. And I can also ask you a question to repeat what I said. And the one should be smiling now, effectively. Okay, so move on to the next question.
So you mentioned about marketing segment.
Yes, ma'am.
So when you were saying, so I come across a question that market segment is it's not all, it's also like the how and the how, what and where, like the product will be, all like the places where like the product will be. No.
The markets give you a very comprehensive example. You go into the restaurant and say, I'll buy so and so. And then in the restaurant, they have the seat inside, the smoking area, it's outside. Now you will choose where you want to be. So being segmented. Is that clear?
I think I can also help to answer her.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think what he's generally saying is by segmentation, it means to specify what exactly you're going to do with at what time. Like, let's say we're dealing with a product, who is going to need it? There is obviously going to be a lot of people who's going to need the product. But now specify, let's say if you want to go with age, if I'm going to use this age group, if I'm going for the next age group, then I'm going to the next age group. You can also work with, let's say, sex. Let's say we're going to start with men, women. We're now specifying what exactly we're going to start with and how you, because he also said on segmentation, you need to specify, let's say you're dealing with your product, specify where you want to, how you want to deal with it at a specified time. Like, you need to know your clients, monitor them, and now make a plan how to work on your product. I don't know if that answers that.
Yeah, close to that one, add up something. Yeah, I like it. She knows how to think. I told her the what's and he's trying the how. So, like you say, but age group, sex, identities, also so those are you didn't batch of clients, but now you have to use an identification to specify who is who in a clientele pipeline. Like we all human beings, but the only thing segment us the segmentation it applies on the name. Her name is different from you. Your name is different from her, but we have the same sex. So now once you find the market clients having the same sex, the same age, the same thing, and you look for something else, just to make sure that you have identifications to avoid clashes with the same people. You're meeting the same people and you're meeting all those things, so you make it to have a room of control of what you're doing. So, happy?
Yes.
That we spoke about this one, feed me more, and then now you think you should enjoy. We have some snacks in the office for you, some cool drinks for you, and you have to enjoy it. And then thank you very much for coming. I know it wasn't easy. Last time we had a management failure, so we couldn't be able to make this happen. But today, thanks to you all, we managed to smile together, learn together, also learn a couple things together. So I hope it's the first time, but not the last time. So I'd like to see you again, and then I think now yes, you have to go in the office, you have some drinks and some snacks, and then I think it should be worth it because you spend some time, you know?
Yeah.
The brain should rest. Thank you very much, cheers guys, appreciate it. Bye.
Okay, my name is Fenika Nyimi and I'm from Angola, and I'm motivated, I'm respectful, disciplined lady actually, and social. Okay, my experience during the workshop, it was very nice. So I really like it. The way that Mr. Slen, yes, explained everything to us about marketing and about the segmentation, because there is some stuff that I didn't know, and through the workshop I knew it now. So I say that I really like it, and then it was a really amazing experience attending the workshop.
I'm Esther. I'm from Congo. I did my studies in computer sciences, IT, programming, and all that. I like to converse with people, and yeah. My experience was that I got like a clarity, a good overview on the marketing, because before we used to know that marketing is presenting or selling the product to people, and now I know that I have even to go deeper to prepare it. We cannot just go on the street or in a shop to present and sell the product. No, yeah. Okay, from what I've learned, to expect from me is to give my best to apply what I've learned, because for me to give my best, I need first to remember everything, like to plan and all those stuff.
I'm Susanna Adelaide, and I thank very much X Global for having me here today. And what we just had in that room, it was like experience that I didn't know too much about marketing. So the experience and the explanation helped me a lot to understand more about marketing and this how to sell a product and all these stuff. I would like to put in action what I just learned and try to improve or do my best to improve and help X Global for the prosperity of X Global.
My name is Peace Langa. I'm from Zimbabwe. I'm the fourth born of a family of 4 girls, and I am into catering, and I also did some of marketing. Yeah, so that's a better. It was quite informative, I must say. I got to learn some more. It was educative, and I think now I can say I've gained a lot more from the presentation. What can I say? I can say they can expect good results from me, good marketing skills, and even more sales. Yes.
My name is Ibrahim. I'm from DRC Congo. I'm here for study. Actually, I'm studying as a student. Studying at one of the colleges around here in town. I'm here to improve my skill and for make my skill much high and strong. During my presentation, my previous skills were a strong customer services. I'm hardworking. I'm self-motivated. I have an ambition, and then I'm focusing to detail. Yeah.
My name is Jabulile. I've been with the company since 2008. I was only 17 years old. And when I started, I was a receptionist. But today, I'm the marketing manager. What I've learned is that when you begin something and you have a vision and you work on it, then you can go far in life. The company, as you know, the future of the country is the youth. So as the company, we aim to open more doors for the young people. We want to enable them to make profit and benefit from our company.